action areas will tell you you're spot on, and City are a different outfit so far.
It's Aguero! Where would they be without his goals? He scores for the 6th Premier League appearance in a row, and that's just the start City needed.
Yeah, the intent and purpose of Aguero has been evident from the first few seconds. You can see he knows this is coming back. It's a wonderful knockdown from Fernandinho. He shifts it onto his left foot, and it's a finish that we've come to expect. A masterly, world-class finish. Drops it, lets it come out onto his left foot, and there you go, bottom corner. And the City fans smiling, delighted with their team, if a little frustrated after the last couple of performances, but great joy now and relief to this man.
Well, he's having such a good end to the season, Sergio Aguero, that with the hat-trick he scored. Well, the way that Arsenal had started this game, you had a sense that it might be coming. Giroud trying to help them find a route back into it. Oh, it's a... Oh! Guile Clichy got so lucky then. That looked like being an own goal in favour of his former club, and it hit the post.
Yeah, it was a pretty casual thing to do to head it back to his goalkeeper, but as he's running across, I don't think he expects it. It's like a good centre-forwards header to the back post, isn't it? And he got his feet mixed up here hard. You'll see he doesn't get his feet there in time, and suddenly he's looking back, please don't go in the net.
And Arsenal have got straight back into it. And at last, Olivier Giroud has his goal, ends his longest barren spell without one in the Premier League, and Arsenal are level.
Oh, incredible stuff. The corner kick comes in pretty quickly. You'll see he's standing, he's making a little bit of ground for himself. He just finds himself in acres of space. It looks as if he's marked. He's run away from Mangala. We said it beforehand. Mangala owes his boss a big performance. Stick to your man, stay with him. He doesn't. Fair play to Giroud. He gets himself a leap. His timing is expert. The finish is expert. And the City players will inquire as to why it was so...
Again. Clichy. Pull back to Aguero! And it was deflected behind.
Oh, Koscielny does really well here. Puts in such a great block on Aguero. This is goal-bound. You'll see it's a little bit fortuitous the way it comes to him. But when it does, you see it bounces up. Oh, it's a great lunge from Koscielny. I think it may not even have been him who got there, but it's enough between them. It might even have been Bellerin. It's actually Gabriel who gets a vital touch on it. And he knows that was close.
Sanchez. Tackle run well, and Fernandinho looking to set Sergio Aguero on his way, and Koscielny tried to deal with him. Czech got involved as well, and it ended up in a collision from which Aguero emerges triumphant, and Navas has a go.
Well, he asks the question to the referee, what about that? Czech decides to come out and does not cover himself in glory here. You see as the ball is played through down the side of Koscielny, Czech decides he's coming, and at this point, well, he gets there in time, but doesn't really make a good effort at clearing it. You see his left foot misses the ball completely. Some complaints afterwards from Aguero, but
Navas. He's done well to get away from Monreal. Well, the timing of the challenge had to be spot on, and was from Ramsey.
Yeah, I think he should just take it that it was a good tackle and not complain too much about the corner kick being given. Really direct, positive play from Navas. We haven't seen enough of that all year, but he gets into a great position, and Ramsey, as you said, Robbie, had to make that tackle count or it was trouble. And at the right time he comes in. May have a point.
Here's De Bruyne pulling the corner back to Jesus Navas. Lifted across by De Bruyne.
Yeah, fraction away from just a little bit too high. Arsenal didn't really defend that too well. De Bruyne found himself in lovely space to put a tantalising ball in there. Just maybe half a yard too high or too far from Mangala, who's running and jumping backwards, and fails to keep his eye on it for a start.
Sanya's cross beyond Aguero this time, all the way across to Kevin De Bruyne.
He found himself in a bit of space there, didn't he?
De Bruyne. There's Aguero and finds the net. City back in front, and back in front in the chase for a Champions League place too.
Terrific individual goal from De Bruyne. He picks it up. He's a long way out from goal, but his determination and the decisiveness to go at goal. You see, he gets kind of lucky. Bellerin's head comes off him, and he just keeps running and running and running. It opens up. They back off a little too much, of course they do, but the finish is so precise. There's enough shirts around perhaps to get a tackle in sooner. They don't. They decide to fall backwards. And what a great finish when it opened up in the end. A wonderful individual moment from a player who's been this man's best signing, in my opinion.
Here's the club's record signing at £54.5 million. Kevin De Bruyne. And Clichy had stepped forward, and Walcott manages to slip in behind. Otamendi gets it away.
Oh, big interception from Otamendi there. Clichy takes a gamble and tries to read the ball to feet. Otamendi makes another very, very important clearance. You can see as he looks to pass this ball, Clichy gambles. He thinks it's going to feet. He does really well here to get the ball across, Theo, but even better is the sliding interception from Otamendi. Clichy completely outfoxed on the far side, and Otamendi is what's necessary.
Ramsey's header, here's Walcott. Here's Giroud, now El-Neni. And slipped through to Walcott, he's onside here! And Hart comes out and does enough.
Oh, it really opened up for him, didn't it? Giroud does very, very well. You see it bouncing around, it's knocked in there, and he just follows it on, doesn't he? There you see the lovely little layoff, and it's tight. I think he's on him just, and he gets it to get in his path, and I think Hart must be given some credit there for coming out and making his presence put Theo off, and he doesn't quite get the desired touch. And the result is it spoons away from goal.
Here's Sanchez. And left behind for Alexis Sanchez! And again, when the question has been asked of Arsenal, they have responded. Twice they've come from behind. 2-2.
Oh, it's a great individual goal again, but Giroud gives a fantastic layoff here. As it's knocked out wide to Monreal, you'll see he slips it inside. And this is a bit like De Bruyne, that he turns and he runs, and he keeps running, and Giroud does so well. What a brilliant layback to him, and in his path, as he's coming onto the ball with pace, it opens up brilliantly. It's a great goal from Sanchez, but his player, his partner, Giroud, out on that pitch, does so well to flick it back in his path. The finish is exquisite. And Arsenal, who had begun to look a little bit more serious since Theo Walcott came on, they score a really good goal, and at 2-2 now, this game can go any way.
He does.
Yeah, and Czech had to be quite alert, because Otamendi makes a nuisance of himself and tries to put him off getting in front, but he helps it over the bar and does really well. Decent effort.
Spoiled by a fellow countryman. Chilean Alexis Sanchez scoring the goal that at the moment might deprive Pellegrini's team of the win they need. De Bruyne, Aguero!
What a great link-up between De Bruyne and Aguero. Everybody in the stadium feeling like that young man. It was such brilliant football. Great take, lovely little scoop up for him, and the left foot volley. Terrific effort. Inches away from perfection.